Hello, I'm Cliff Bayuga, and today you are watching me draw. Today's illustration is based off a screen grab I pulled off of YouTube. I like using screen captures from moving videos because the faces always seem to end up having more character. This screen grab in particular is of a singer singing on the old 1960s dance show, Shindig. Although she's looking pretty groovy, I think a new hairstyle is in order. What do you think? Did I make the right choice? For those of you who have seen my previous videos, you know that my software of choice is Clip Studio on the iPad using an Apple Pencil. Clip Studio, I only use two of the brushes. The first brush I use is the 4 Effect pen, and I only use that for the top eyelash. I get a nice, clean, beautiful looking eyelash in one stroke. For the rest of the drawing, I'll use the G pen. And using the G pen along with Clip Studio's wonderful line correct feature, you can get these beautiful thick and thin lines. The pressure sensitivity of the Apple Pencil going from thin line to thick to thin it's so elegant, and you can get a really cool comic book effect. As I'm inking this drawing, I have to make sure that I discipline myself. I have to remember that this is a comic book pop art kind of a style, and not to go crazy adding more and more lines, because as you look at it, I'll say, wow, I need to show more bone structure, or this is not working, doesn't look like how I want it to look at. That's because there's still more to come. There's more color to come. I have a vision in my head of doing a pop art style drawing, and I have to keep that in mind the whole time I'm inking. I have to be more simplistic with and more selective when I do the line work. This is not a portrait. I'm not using charcoal pencils. I'm using basically an ink pen, and less is more for the type of art that I do. Inking itself is a skill, like coloring is a skill, like drawing is a skill, like composition is a skill. Inking is its own animal, and I'm still learning how to do it. I know what I want to do. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't. I just want to be more consistent. On a small side note, one of the concerns people have when they start doing digital on a Cintiq or an iPad is the fact that the pencil or the pen they're using slides across the glass. It doesn't feel like paper. And gee, if only we could get it to feel like paper. Well, I can tell you this. I've been doing digital drawing on a monitor and drawing on an iPad for a few years now, and that is not an issue. It's not an issue anymore. You just get used to it. It's just another tool. That's all it is. It's a different feel. You get used to it. You get good at it. So this pursuit of trying to find a paper-like surface for your iPad or your Cintiq or whatever, I think it's futile. I think you're going to find that after you've done it a while, that the slippery, slidey part of it is just no longer an issue. Your hand adjusts. So that's it. A little side note. And another quick side note, since I've been drawing my illustrations digitally for the past several years, I no longer have to use the mail service, FedEx, or anything like that. I draw them up on my computer or my iPad. I make a JPEG or a PNG out of it and fire it off via email. So I am now officially a spoiled brat. For those of you who are familiar with the Photoshop transparency lock, Clip Studio has that feature also. So I'm going to go to my black ink layer on Clip Studio, and I'm going to lock it, and I'm coloring it with a dark brown I picked with the color picker. As you can see along the jaw and on the inside where the nose is, you can see the black is now brown. Outlining on the skin, outlining purple on the dress. I can go back to black, I can go back to brown. In a couple of moments you'll see me change my mind in the lips, having them go red, changing it back to black. But overall I use it sparingly. And as I'm putting the finishing touches on this drawing, it's turning out pretty much the way I want it to turn out. In the future I will be doing more complicated drawings, full body, more color. And also, as a professional caricaturist, I will be adding caricature videos, how to do caricatures. And I just hope you enjoyed the experience you had today, and have a happy drawing day.